West Virginia Tax Parcel Mapping Best Practices, May 14th, 2013.
There's a couple of slides. As is usual, I'm looking at how you two, what was the first couple of slides?
Well, guys, I guess we're going to start this presentation. It's on tax mapping, best practices. It's going to be with by a company that has done several counties, successfully finished several counties in West Virginia. This is Atlas Geographic. We're going to have listed, we have only 1% of trade vinegar, but his boss, Larry, your Patrick, is also going to participate in it. And so we'll welcome you, and the floor is yours.
This particular topic is cadastral mapping, and what we've tried to do, and incidentally, this is a workshop environment. If you have questions, while Trey's doing presentations, if you have questions, raise your hand, look at me, and I'll interrupt you. So, but this is a workshop, so it's associated with cadastral mapping and best practices that we use, that we have found work well within the state of West Virginia to meet all of the specifications and requirements that you have, and all the things that you have to deal with, and all the things that we're used to in terms of getting tax parcels into an ARC environment for all kinds of applications. It starts with conversion methods. We're going to go back to the beginning, the chicken or the egg, and talk about the various options with conversion methods, tax parcel database designs, and an ARC environment, maintaining parcels. And several of these data-driven pages produce hard copy maps. And then the last topic is one that you may or may not want to hear about, parcel fabric, which is an interesting topic unto itself. A little bit about our company. We are a 911, we are a GIS company that concentrates primarily on 911 databases, tax parcels for counties. We dabble in photogrammetry still, done a lot of photogrammetry over the years, but right now our major emphasis is on mapping parcels and building 911 databases, working in, right now, currently in those particular states. And a lot of our background and work, and this is key, and this is not a promotion, this is not a company promotion I'm doing here, but it's important that you understand a lot of our background has been with counties and states that have done everything from deed mapping, every parcel. We chatted about that a little bit yesterday. North Carolina, 99% of everything there has been done from deeds. A lot of work from plats and COGO, as well as states and projects that are just best fit. Here's a tax map, here's an image, I need a GIS file. How do I do that without destroying the integrity of the tax map? And that's what we call best fit. Typically, most of our counties now are deliveries in ArcGIS 9 or 10, and we even down in Mississippi, there's still a lot of AutoCAD. Half the counties down there are AutoCAD. A lot of them are converting from AutoCAD to ARC, but you go in and the functionality is half of what you do is in an AutoCAD environment, and half of what you do is in an ARC environment. It's kind of interesting. Within the state of West Virginia, our experience has been, we started with Greenbrier some years ago, tax parcel conversion project, then Hampshire, Preston, Pendleton. We're wrapping up some work in Pendleton, redoing their tax maps at this point. Wetzel just started that project when it was a new county. And the 911 databases have been very much in working with Jennings Starcher and the SAMS program and for the 911 readdresses. When we say 911 in West Virginia, we're really talking about readdresses. And a lot of those projects have involved going back out of the field and starting over. Okay, with all that said, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Trey, and he's going to get started on the details of tax parcel converting
Okay. Real quick, just the three different methods Larry just touched on: the deeds and plats, method, and having everything from beats and bounds, driving the legal restrictions in your deed, or code for essentially every parcel in the county. Best fit processes like some are still done in Mississippi where everything's best fit and you try your best to hold everything together, and hybrid method, which is what we recommend, we do the most of, and it's really your best option. So you're using all of the plats you have available in, say, a county plat county, plat books. So if you would have a series of 6 or 3 or however many plat books in hard copy bound format in your tax office, then you would image those and use those prior to doing your best fit. This is a really good balance between achieving a good, accurate product, but without an extremely lengthy and costly schedule of going to deeds and class method alone. So your first step with a project like this would be, of course, gathering your source information, your current tax database. As current as you can get it, the tax database is going to be the engine that's driving the data behind these vector features that you're creating. Orthophotos is current as you can get with those. A digital copy of all your tax maps and plats. So these will need to be scanned. In our case, we use a digital camera setup. However, you can get them digital, and if you already have them digital, great, but they must be in a digital format so that you can rectify these things. Gathering your base layers you already have. Any centerline layers you have, 911 or otherwise, are going to be useful. Your hydro layer, you're going to want to go ahead and incorporate that because your hydro is depicted on your tax maps very often. It's also used to form parcel boundaries very often. So you want to go ahead and bring this in on the front end. Any other layers that you may have that can be useful, anything reference, anything digital that you have, you want to hold on to this stuff, and even if it may be old, it could have been compiled 20 years ago, but there may be information there that's useful. You don't want to toss that out. You want